Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Signs of the Sojourner, where we have some tricky decisions ahead of us as far as routing goes. And honestly, I kind of want to check out the Oasis Gardens just because it's a place that we've only heard of once, sort of secluded. It might be real interesting, and also Triangle Square seems like the kind of place for us, but we know we want to go to Pachenko. We may as well just do it now, right? We want to talk to Isabella. I think that's pretty important. So we'll accompany the caravan to Pachenko. I was kind of hoping we'd get to talk to Marquez again, just because I'm real curious about the circle. I was hoping she would have something else to say to us. We could try to go to Pachenko and then to Clifton with the caravan, and then up this way and see if we can go around the outside of the map. If we can have a better encounter at Tusenda Canals, then maybe we can open up a route or something, or maybe we'll hear something on the way. I think for right now, let's do this. Festival of Colors doesn't start here until day 12, and I think we're just gonna miss that completely. You approach a welcoming rest stop off the side of the road. Yeah, of course. Join in, hang out. One woman entrances the group with a story of a massive dust storm outside Clifton. You listen and learn, preparing for the road ahead. So, what do we want to throw an accord on? I kind of want to throw an accord on this. I'm just thinking it's really easy to match triangle. We match triangle a lot, but the accord will help in situations where the other person can't match square, and it'll let me get my reconsider off. Let's hope that actually works out the way I'm hoping it will. That was a little redundant, the way I said that. Alright. Folks hang colorful flags from the buildings and paint shop windows. Nadine slams to a halt as a pair of kids race in front of her truck. She won't allow whatever nonsense is underway here to put the caravan behind schedule, which is a little bit of a shame. Alright, Isabella, I have some serious questions for you. Bright banners hung along the streets advertise the approaching Festival of Colors, but none of the displays are set up yet. Some merchants have set up early to take advantage of the foot traffic. Oh, I'm glad to see a friendly face today. I wouldn't be seeing anyone if Marquez could help it. Yeah, she's menacing. She seems menacing. Let me see your hand. Okay, easy enough to work with. Ooh, I like that. Let's just push an accord here. Please, try one of the honey cactus bites. I went to Clifton recently and I wanted to bring their flavors to the festival. You know, I've never had cactus. Maybe it's delicious. Marquez and I just have a small disagreement about our goals for Pachenko's future. I'm afraid she's no lover of art. She's a lover of money. Under her watch, the Circle are little more than Rilker lackeys. Yeah, that was my impression as well. It's all about outsider money now. Any artists who don't play by their rules get shut out. That's not what the Circle was supposed to be. Yeah, I really want to talk to you a lot about what's going on with the Circle. It seems like a fine time for a redraw. Okay, we're basically guaranteed to be able to get there with these cards. I think my insistence on supporting all artists spooked the festival organizers, but I have to speak up. For all gifted artists, for Pachenko, for your mom's memory. Alright, well, she's implying some things about our mother there. I wish she would just come out and say them, though. That's right. Back in the old days, your mom was a member of the Circle. Okay, that part we kind of knew already, though. We both were, in fact, before she left and Marquez convinced the others I was a troublemaker. All because I won't stand for censorship or exploitation. Your mom never would have either. Okay, well, censorship is probably not actually the issue here, right? People sure do love to throw that word around without understanding what it means. Man, what a good card. That's right. There's a lot more to living than making a cheap buck. Ah well, I suppose in the end it can't be helped. Marquez has chosen her path just as I've chosen mine. Talking to you makes me feel better about standing up for what's right. Enjoy the festival, and please, take a bag with you. Isabella is clearly someone who is okay with becoming a pariah for her ideals. Hopefully you've shown her that she doesn't have to struggle alone. I was hoping she was going to give us a little bit more about, like, our mother's history with the Circle. So do we want to replace... We have a couple of interesting options here. We could replace our Reconsider double triangle with a Clarify double triangle. Or we could drop our last... sorry, not our last Observe. We could drop this Observe for this card, which is definitely easier to use. I do like having a redraw. The Reconsider gets so much better as the trip gets longer. I think I'm going to do this. Even though I don't like losing the Observe. Alright, and Tomas, he's drawing caricature portraits. Tomas hunches over an easel, occasionally peeking out at the life-sized mannequin in front of him. He pauses every few brushstrokes to wipe the prolific sweat off his forehead, his stool wobbling on uneven legs. I would think that would make it harder to paint. Please, can I paint you? I'm supposed to do caricatures, but I mostly draw cats. Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't really seem, based on what we've seen of him, he doesn't seem super suited to this task. Let's do this to set up the accord. Okay, well, I will also do that then. I was just thinking if we did that to set up the accord and then he had, like, circle triangle, we could do our clarify. Thank you so much. You're my hero. A lifesaver. This mannequin doesn't even have a face. Yeah, how on earth would you even think you could draw a caricature of a mannequin? You have very nice nostrils. I don't mean to be weird. You don't see nostrils like that very often. Good nostrils. The upside to caricatures is that I can write mistakes off as stylistic decisions. Don't worry though. Well, it's pretty straightforward. Tomas, you're killing me. Well, I think I'm gonna play this to fall back to the accord. Let's just, like, get some new cards in here. And we know he can play off the triangle, probably. Sorry, we don't know. We suspect he'll be able to play off the triangle. Okay, here's your caricature. Please don't hate it. If you do hate it, it's okay though. I also hate it. It's a very good caricature, which helps you compliment Tomas more sincerely. We would have done it either way. He seems to feel better about the portrait now. Okay, well, we're out here making friends. I don't think we need to change anything up here. I'm just going to replace the existing clarify. Alright, well, I guess let's just move on. We made Tomas feel a little better, and we got an item to sell in the store. Caravan's next stop here through day 9. Nadine expertly leads the caravan through streets that appear far too narrow and winding to allow passage. Colorful handcrafted goods and the sizzle of street food vie for your attention. I'm curious what Alexis will have to say about the fact that we caught the thief, if anything. Alexis motions gleefully for you to join them, their expression one of triumph. You're not sure what's behind it all, but something tells you you're about to find out. Something tells me I couldn't avoid it if I wanted to. Closer, come closer. Don't leave this opportunity on the table. Nuts? Old news. No, I sell crickets. I think people need nuts more than they need crickets. That might not have been a great play on your part. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for doing that. Well, if you thought roasted nuts were good, well, we all made that mistake. But we've grown, we've all become wiser. But, like, just a jar full of crickets? Or nothing on this planet compares to the salty, crunchy, delicious taste of... Wow. Okay, this is definitely like an American thing where we just don't eat bugs here. It didn't even occur to me that we were talking about crickets as a food. I feel a little dumb. Nothing on the planet compares to the salty, crunchy, delicious taste of roasted crickets. Try one. Hell, try two. They're probably okay. I've obviously never had any, but probably fine. Ooh, that's not great. I mean, at least we're bringing in a cord over. I simply can't believe I didn't sell roasted crickets before. I failed you. I failed everyone, and I'm so sorry. Alright, I mean, just take it easy. But I'm here to make things right. I am the foremost roasted cricket provider in the area. No, the world. There's no way you know that. Okay, we have a lot to work with here. Also, it's appropriate that Alexis has so many chatter cards, I think. Here, carry as many as you can. They'll nourish you. They'll keep you company in your darkest moments. Delicious friends. I hear there's a celebration for the railroad restoration going on in Anka. These will keep you nourished on that journey. Interesting. There's going to be a celebration in Anka. Alexis convinces you to try a roasted cricket. As expected, it crunches between your teeth. And the flavor is inoffensive? Why, if you didn't know any better, maybe even tasty. Yeah, I bet... Well, I wonder if there is much of a flavor. Okay, this is crummy. I don't like this. Do we want to... Hey, we're going to have to either make a change here or sacrifice our last Observe. I'm kind of happy with the way our deck feels right now, but I think I'm willing to drop the Observe for this Chatter, maybe? I like Observe. But I'm just... Like, what else would I do? I could replace this with the Circle Triangle to keep a Chatter. And we've effectively gained triangles anyway, so it doesn't feel like a big loss. It's fine. Alright, so we're moving right on, and I think this may be where we head off to the side, because I want to go to Anka. Do we know through day 18? That's pretty tight, actually. If we were to drive directly there, we'd get there on 14. If we drive to here, and then there, we'll get there on 18-ish probably, so that means we really can't stop at the Oasis Gardens. But I think I'd rather go to the Oasis Gardens than hit the Railway Festival, because I'm really curious what's there. Although, maybe nothing? Well, I guess we're going to go find out. Movement catches your eye off the road in the distance. Yeah, stop to get a better look. They say not to look too closely at the shapes that run alongside lonely roads, but offer something of yourself, and what remains will be stronger. Choose a card to sacrifice. It will be replaced by a copy of another card in your deck. Oh. What is the card that we need least of all the stuff we have? It might be... I don't want to lose any square. But it's probably something that's triangle heavy. Like, we could drop this. I like this. We could drop this and possibly pick up a card with an ability on it or something. I'm gonna do this one. I'm not allowed to choose. Yeah, okay. Double checking. I figured I wouldn't be allowed to choose that. Oh, yeah, alright, that's fine. That's not a big downgrade. You rest for a moment in the shade beside the oasis waters, a relief after days crossing the harsh desert. Not for long, though, as the sounds and smells of the market entice you into the press of travelers who wander the aisles. Theo is scribbling on a piece of paper. As you approach Theo, you notice that he seems a bit out of sorts today. He nervously tucks an envelope into his beard and wheels over to you, knocking over a bag of dried apricots in the process. Hey, a repeat customer. Back for more of my dried sundries, are you? What'll it be today? Dates? Mangoes? I have a very nice pineapple in stock. Very dry, very sweet. And that sounds alright. Why don't we start with one of these? I do wish I could see his hand. I wish it was easy for us to get an observe on right now. Just what you need to keep up your energy on the road. And you look like you've been on the road a while. Do you ever stop to wonder about all the things that could have been? No, of course you don't. You're still too young to have regrets. You know, we get started quickly these days. Okay, good time for an accord. Do I want to spend this? Yeah, I guess I will. I don't much like my hand right now. Just burn our single-use accord here. Oh, right, that's why the accord came off that fatigue card during the dog interaction, because it was a single-use accord. Of course it would evaporate. Perhaps someday when you're older, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for now, I'll simply ask, have you ever been to Long Gate? No, I definitely haven't. It's not far to Long Gate, though the road is rarely traveled these days. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what direction that's in. I know you don't owe me any favors, but would you consider doing me a kindness? I wrote this letter that could use some delivering. It's for an old friend. Yeah. That sounds... Oh wait, what am I doing? Take the accord. Okay, easy enough. We're getting pretty good at talking to Theo. Her name's Mimi. She's living up in Longgate now. Well, last I heard, anyway. Theo reaches into his beard and comes out with the envelope. His hand trembles a little as he passes it ever so gingerly over into your possession. Okay. Well, I was probably going to go to Longgate anyway, because I'm curious. This is a little awkward. Why did we have to get this choice? Not like the choice to just replace this card. I don't really want to lose a symbol, but I guess if we're losing one, I think it's more okay to lose this one? Or lose an ability, rather. Alright, well, not a lot to do in Desert Oasis, but the important thing is we're learning about new spots. Longgate. Yeah, alright, let's try it out. The gateway to the Long Expanse. Once bustling, it now sees few visitors. Let's go deliver a letter. I'm totally just a postal truck, right? Past the Desert Oasis, past the caravan routes and desert encampments, the Long Gate marks the edge of the world. Beyond lies the Long Expanse, places that were only vague legends, even for Mom. Here's Mimi, an old woman with tanned, leathery skin. Much like the succulents she sells, she's weathered some harsh conditions. You find Mimi in the succulent garden, pruning prickly cacti with her leathery, sun-baked hands. You offer her the letter from Theo, which she stares at curiously. A letter? Why, I haven't received one of those in... Well, to be perfectly honest, I can't even remember how long it's been. Are you sure it's for me? Who could it possibly be from? Well, that's not a great sign. She might not even remember Theo. Ooh, rough draw. So she's not going to have a circle. Yeah, this is the only thing we can play that isn't likely to be two mismatches, I think? Well, I guess she'll potentially have triangles. Let's do this. Are you keeping me in suspense on purpose? No, I'm just weird and awkward, sorry. Oh, I didn't realize I was going to go again. Oh, I guess I did play Chatter. Well, that's not great, because that's going to cause a mismatch. Ooh, she is all triangles. That's actually really bad. Yeah, we're going to totally blow this. Oh no. Wondering about the contents of this letter. It's getting me all turned around. Yeah, I was really hoping this was going to go better. All of her cards are the same. Oh no. Well, that was rough. Bad time to draw double fatigue. Just give me my letter and be on your way then. Yeah, that sucked. Mimi grabs the letter from you and protectively tucks it away, waiting impatiently for you to leave her alone so she can read it in peace. Well, I hope we didn't screw that storyline up too much. And unfortunately, we do not get to talk to the guy with the weird mask on. Well, I mean, we did what we were asked. Let's head over to the Oasis Gardens. I could use a place of quiet gardens and peaceful spaces, frankly. It's kind of why we're playing this game in the first place, honestly. Though much smaller than Desert Oasis, the hidden gardens here surprise you with their lushness. A group of locals drink tea in the shade and invite you to join them. Well, yeah, why not? You follow their lead through an introspective but celebratory ceremony. Embrace the best parts of yourself and let the others go. Choose a card to duplicate. It will replace another card in your deck, and presumably we don't get to choose what it replaces. I'm gonna choose this guy, I think? That's a bit of a shame. So Oasis Gardens does not give you proper interactions, then. Well, that's a shame. I mean... Alright, we'll just have to hope things go better at Tosende this time. Tosende is Square diamond, which we've actually gotten worse at. Oof. This is just gonna be a rough trip, man. Alright, let's go meet Basilio. Maybe he'll have something for us to sell, at least. The streets are abuzz with the news. The railroad is running again. Goods and people flowing along the lines, through the city and beyond. And Big Basilio's demonstrating model trains to children. Rushing to catch the evening train, commuters trot over a poster for the reopening party. When the dust finally settles, a few stragglers remain, including Big Basilio, selling his model trains. Oh, it's you again. Come to see the trains? Can I interest you in a Big Basilio model train, expertly rigged by yours truly to blow a little steam? Seeing as how you missed the Uncan-owned and operated rail's grand opening, this is the next best thing, trust me. Well, I mean, that would definitely be a weird new thing to sell in the shop. Oh, you're killing me, dude. Can't just play into the accord? Come on. No, they really aren't dangerous. Not any more dangerous than the odds of a kid chipping their teeth on a doll. Oh, okay. Plus, buying one's kind of like flipping the Rilkers the bird. If that's not a deal, I don't know what is. Okay, that's a little bit compelling. I hear where you're coming from there. Not everyone sees it that way, of course. Some Uncans are wary of pretty much all outsiders. Let's just say the Rilkers aren't the only ones who've tried to screw us in the past. Okay, well, this is not going totally ideally. There we go, that's what we needed. Let's... Do I want to just push this now? No, I probably want to hit the reconsider first. Hopefully he'll, yeah, carry the whole carry the accord over. Alright, well this puts us in a really good spot. Ah, whatever, that was then and this is now. We can all learn from the past, right? God, I hope so. I know I have. I'm much happier making model trains to bring people joy than doing what I did before. Well, that's good to hear. Probably lowers the chance of recidivism. And business has been real good. Outsiders can't seem to get enough of my stuff. It's all thanks to the rail. Too bad my bro's one of those who hasn't exactly warmed up to all the new traffic. Oh, Lil Basilio not getting along with strangers? No kidding. I could not possibly have predicted. Inconvenient. So, will this give me first play? I mean, this will give me a play right after here, right? Yeah, even if it doesn't totally match. That's a pretty good time for that. Even if he didn't have a card, we probably would have been able to get through this. Like, even if he had blown that playthrough. Now, would I like to expand my venture? Sure, but my little bro needs me here. Gotta show him we can support our community the right way, you know? Yeah, Big Basilio's alright, actually. Big Basilio's excitement is infectious, as the crowd around his table confirms. It also helps that none of the model trains exploded during his demonstrations. So he just gave me a bucket full of random parts. Okay. And maybe we could sell that. So, do we want to grab a circle or a square and a triangle to replace the one we lost? If I did this, what would I use it in place of? Probably, honestly, one of the observes. I don't think we need two of this thing. Alright, Irat, what are you up to? How's it going here in Anka? He's working on the railroad. Probably all the livelong day. An anxious young railroad worker inspects a bolt in the railroad track, hemming and hawing over whether he's installed it properly. He moves on to the next bolt, but suddenly second-guesses himself and rushes back over. Seems like maybe he's not exactly cut out for this. Ah, step away from the railroad tracks, please. I can't guarantee your safety. I've been trained for this work. Are you sure? You seem really nervous is all. Ah, heartbreaking. Well, yeah, let's... Actually, I guess we know he has triangles. If we gotta break something, let's break it with the card that has the circle on its left side. Sorry, I'm just doing my job here. Yeah, not a great start. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. This is a little unfortunate. I mean, it's not really anything for it. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Oh, it's you! Hey, thanks for giving me a ride. I really owe you some time. When I'm not at work, I mean. If you're here for the opening celebration, I'm afraid it's over. Oh, it was so cool. Everyone was so nice to us. Alright, we might be able to make it through with that accord there. It really sucks that I've drawn all of my fatigue cards, though. Yeah, I've been having a good time here in the city. It was scary at first, but people respect the hard hat. Yeah, this is... Alright. So this will reveal his hand, and then he's going to crush it. Oh, bad time to draw that. The fatigue, man. The fatigue is absolutely killing us. I really gotta get back to work now. You know, all of our safety depends on it. Looking flush, Irette practically trips over himself to return to his suddenly very important bolt inspection. He pretends you aren't there until you walk away. I'm having a terrible go of it today. Well... I mean, this is just a straight upgrade over a card in our deck, so I guess I'll take that. And little Basilio is just glaring at passersby. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to talk to him. Alright. Please, please tell me I have a better go of it at Tusende this time. It's still... I mean, it's still going to be tough. The railroad does mean we can move from Anka to Bukumboro really quickly, so maybe we should just do that. And then travel east from there. If we find a road from Tusende to Old Moray, we'll probably be able to be in Old Moray during the fishing competition. I'm going to try our luck. Oh, we're going to pick up another fatigue. Fatigue is really tough. This route over here really builds up a lot of bad luck. You follow one of the canals down into the valley, passing slow-moving barges and trucks laden with the spice harvest. The silent mechanical laborers are unnerving. And Lars recognizes us. Please, Lars, please be kind to me. He's working even while he talks, pulling bags of fertilizer out of a wheelbarrow and stacking them by his front porch. It doesn't seem like he purchased them. Huh. Hey, you again. Good to have a bit of company. I used to have more people around. I miss that sometimes. My last place was in Old Moray. Ever been out that direction? It was different before the Rilkers cracked down so much. No, I've never been there. Please tell me how to get there, please? Aw. I was hoping we could just pick that up without having to... Alright, well, this might give us a chance. Okay, good start, good start. And then if we play this to consume the Accord, he might be able to build off of it. That's a bad start, though. I used to have an apartment out there. An old lady lived downstairs with a one-eyed cat. Nice woman. The cat, not so much. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a cat, right? I had a balcony, planters for some herbs and vegetables, one bedroom that was also the kitchen. Well, I never forgot to eat. Okay, this is gonna be not great for us. And one day the landlord kicked me out so he could refurbish. Kicked the old lady out too, cat and all. What is the best way to play into this? He's not going to be able to match anything, so actually, pretty good odds we're already done. Crap. Well, if he was going to have an off symbol, I think it would be more likely for it to be a triangle than a circle, but I bet he has neither. I could play this, I guess. If this lets me play another card immediately, and the card we draw to replace this is... Like, if it lets me play after the black mark, and the card we draw to replace this is triangle into square... but it can't be, can it? Because we already played our triangle into square. It's in our discard. Yeah, I think we're just doomed. Oh, wow. Yep. Bad draw. Sorry, I don't get you. Yeah, that's... A lot of people are saying that to me lately. A popular sentiment today. If the Rilkers are paying you to report on local folks, you need to find better work. Are you working for Maya? Human or android, landlords are all the same. Lars encourages you off his property, what a nice way to put that, and then watches you as you head off down the road. This is going terribly. Do we want to pick up a diamond so we can try to talk to him a little bit better? The thing is, if we're... Like, what do we replace it with that doesn't make us really bad at talking to everybody else, right? I kind of feel like we can't afford a diamond. We're already having so many problems. I think I'm just going to do this. The loss of the Elaborate's not a big deal here. Elaborate's a lot better on cards that aren't the same symbol on both sides, because obviously we're going to play this next to a square pretty much all of the time. Although you can play this on an accord. Yeah, maybe I don't want to... Maybe I don't want to lose that, actually. But I don't really want to lose almost any of this other stuff. You know, to be perfectly honest, double empathetic is a lot less valuable than it used to be now that we have these. Maybe I could work a diamond in here. Or maybe I should just be the double square. I'm gonna try doing this at the risk of maybe over diversifying our deck. Oh, Maya. Mom used to tell stories about the produce boats floating along the canals of Chisende Valley. Her descriptions, though, didn't mention any Rilker Farms branding, or the uniform teal paint meant to elicit a bygone era. Hi there, I'm Maya, and I'm certified by Rilker Farms to sell you spices fresh from the field. Help me make your day wonderful. Please, disregard Oscar. Unlike me, he isn't certified by Rilker Farms to sell you spices fresh from the field. Okay, boy. Well, yeah, let's discard a couple of fatigue cards. We know this is going to be hard for her to play off of, but... Okay, well this could be better. But please, do not trespass on our properties. Yeah, my deck's just kinda... It feels kinda bad. Oh, really? She couldn't find a square? Harm to our merchandise will be expensed. She is killing me. So yeah, we're dead now and it's her fault. I take no responsibility for this. You know, sometimes you just have those days. I have those days way more often than I would like, where you just can't seem to, like, find a way to connect with anybody. It's like the teeth won't catch the chain, you know? I'll send your feedback to corporate. Maya's friendliness doesn't make up for all the corporate propaganda. Mom never trusted the Rilker family. She must have had good reason. I assume. We'll do this. I don't think I want to pick up a second one of those. Alright, well let's talk to Oscar then. Maybe we can get along with Oscar a little bit better. Although, you know, probably not. He maintains Sunrise Community Farm. He is also an android? A plastic paddle boat floats down the canal, slow as the current. Its rider watches over whisker baskets, uncannily still, his smallest motions too deliberate. He waves with metronome-perfect rhythm. Hello, welcome to Sunrise Community Farm. Please do not hurt the fruits. Historically, Maya encourages visitors to hurt the fruits. Do you work for Maya? Wait, she encourages people to hurt the fruits. I mean, not directly, presumably. Alright, I like the fact that the lines are so short. I do not like everything else about what's happening. So he's not going to be able to play off of any of this stuff. Yeah, any one of these cards ends the conversation. Well... If this has me playing first after the black mark, there's a small chance we top deck into something useful. Right, we do have a triangle to square. I don't know those words. Oh, what a draw. Tell me that card of yours. Tell me this card has a triangle on it. Nope. Okay. Capsaicin. Oscar moves mechanically, beautifully, like the precise hands of a grandfather clock. But you wouldn't trust a clock to farm canal chilies. Honestly, that might be doable. I don't necessarily not trust a clock to do that. Well, we're taking on another diamond card. I feel like we almost never get to usefully play this. And do we want to give up more circle to get better at diamond? We have decreasing amounts of circle in our deck. And it does make me a little nervous. But I'm thinking maybe we do in fact want to drop this into that slot. The other thing we could do, of course, is pick up the double diamond and hope to be able to form some accords off of it. Yeah, that you know what? That's probably better. So what do we still just drop this? I think I want to keep the triangle to square connectors. I think those are valuable. This card has not been very good for us so far. Then again, we haven't been talking to a lot of people that have circles since we got it, so that is definitely skewing things a little bit. I'm gonna do it this way, though. It's tough, man. We're having a hell of a time here. So, we got no new road. I mean, we may as well stop in Bukumboro, right? It doesn't actually cost us any extra time to stop, I don't think. Let's go down to Bukumboro. We could probably get along with Matilda. Maybe we can buy some matcha. Resting on the roof of your truck one evening, Thunder cuddles up beside you. Aw, Thunder. Thunder wiggles close, contorting his way this and that as you scratch his belly. You feel some of your fatigue melt away. Oh, thank God. Thunder, you're very helpful. Maybe one of these times we should just actually go with the caravan. An older couple sits in the shade. Oh, hey, new person. An older couple sits in the shade of the elevated tracks playing a card game. A child hangs a sign on the stairs leading down from the platform announcing a new cafe. A few storefronts sport colorful displays, doors flung open for any new arrivals. Triangle, square, circle, triangle, circle, triangle. I want to try... I think I want to save her for last. Because if we get into a thing with her, there's a chance we end up wanting to replace a circle card. Basically, I don't want to get any worse at talking to these two before I talk to them. Let's see what Klaus is up to. I don't mind a little heist now and then. Klaus strolls through the tiny marketplace of Bukumboro, putting on the guise of an absent-minded window shopper as she cases the place, scanning for her next mark. She spots you and smiles. So, you've managed to track me down once again. Perhaps I've underestimated your abilities. Should I be worried, flattered, or perhaps a bit of both? Okay, our relationship has gotten weird and flirty now. How about this? Okay, beautiful. Let's do this thing. I think that's probably going to help quite a bit. Alright, and we'll be able to accord off of that, which is excellent. Such a clever response. I'm not sure yet what game you're after, though I must warn you against trying to outcon a thief. I think she's still flirting. If you're really interested in partnering up, answer me this simple question. How do you prefer your matcha prepared? Straight or sweetened? Wait, we're not gonna rob Matilda, are we? I don't think I feel great about that. Come on, push the accord. Aw. If we could have carried the accord over into the next hand, that would have been really nice. Yes, of course you do. I surmised as much the first time I laid eyes on you. The reason I ask, I recently tasted Matilda's matcha and have concluded that it's absolutely divine. I had no idea what I was missing. And soon, Matilda won't either. I simply must have more. We are totally... Okay, well... So we could throw the interaction on purpose if I'm actually feeling, like, really insecure about that idea, but... You know what? Let's see this through. I'm kind of curious where this is going. Ooh. Okay. Good time for the interaction to end, I think. Here's an idea. Be a pal and go distract her for me, would you? Klaus flashes you puppy dog eyes as a mischievous grin spreads across her lips. She gestures for you to enter Matilda's shop. I wonder if this version of this interaction is only possible before you interact with Matilda. I don't want these cards. They're bad. So we definitely don't want to lose a triangle to square connector right now, because we know we're going to have a triangle to square conversation soon. I might just replace the reconsider double triangle with this. I mean, I really like reconsider. Maybe we end up dropping this thing. I probably want to develop my diamond abilities, though, a little bit. Or we could just stop trying to talk to diamond people, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually really torn on this. Like, I don't want either of these cards at all, even a tiny little bit. This is probably the thing that harms our developing strategy the least. It's still not good, but... Alright, Matilda's helping customers in her shop. Now's my chance to distract her. I guess we're doing this. Well, I'm real curious where this plot goes. You watch Klaus wiggle through an open storeroom window. That's your cue. You walk up to Matilda's shop and knock loudly on the wooden door. When Matilda finally opens up, you wear an expression of desperation. I feel a little bad about this. Oh, she is not buying it. Huh? You think that my last reading for you was inaccurate? No way, my tea leaves are never wrong. Well, except that, you know, reading the future in tea leaves is hot nonsense. Ooh, this is a bad start. This helps a lot, though. It didn't help that much, actually. We just have so much fatigue. Listen, I'm really sorry about all your rotten produce. I could have sworn that I saw the sickle in your leaves. We might be able to push through here. Okay, I'll redo the reading. Maybe the sun will have changed his mind about your vegetables by now. So we could do this. I mean, this will carry the accord forward. I guess we'll try this. Alright, this was a good draw. We got lucky there. I think it could be a dog or an inverted crown. Give me a few seconds. We should wait for the leaf bits to properly settle. Alright, you know, this is a point. Matilda is kind of hustling people with this tea leaf reading nonsense. I don't know if she charges people for it, but the fact that she said specifically that she would give us a reading for free does suggest that she usually charges, right? And that's kind of crappy. I'm ex post facto justifying the thing that we've done here. Matilda frets as she tries to interpret the correct signs. You hear Klaus leave through the back door, even if Matilda doesn't. You don't see your conspirator at the rendezvous spot. Okay, so I just helped somebody get robbed. Not a thing that I was expecting to be able to do in this game, honestly. Might just not change anything here. Alright, let's have a word with Miriam. She's fresh off the first train from Anka. An elderly chocolatier stands in front of her storefront, attempting to lift a heavy bag of cacao beans. The smell emanating from within is nothing short of heavenly. If you've got time to stand around and gawk at my new store, then you've got time to help me bring these cacao beans inside. Okay, forceful. I can respect that. Let's give her one of these. No, I'll do this. Right, we're not ready to discard our hand just yet. So far, our hand's pretty good. Although this might actually be the moment. I thought that a youngster like you would be in Anka celebrating the railroad reopening. It's a glorious occasion. Are the horns... Does she have like a headband on that has horns on, or does she have horns? What do I know about Anka? What don't I know about Anka? I know that the city doesn't always treat its people right. Okay, this seems like a good time to throw my garbage hand away. Or, I guess we could do this. Right, it eats the accord, and then it puts a circle triangle out for her to work with. Yeah, let's do that. That's a little awkward. Yeah, let's get rid of these cards. I don't like them. Okay, this is something. Why are you just standing there? Alright, I will press the accord. And let's get rid of these fatigues. Okay, this might work. I can recite the council's nonsense even now. You've dealt with contaminated pipes and high rent for years. Why should we change anything? Almost forgot what fresh air smelled like. Now all I have to deal with is Matilda and her readings. You wouldn't believe some of the things she claims to have seen around here. Nice stories is all, I think. I mean, don't tell her, but I actually do enjoy our chats. She wouldn't last a minute in Anka. It's a nice change. Okay. It's just trying to make me feel bad. Well, this is crappy. I think if we gotta break this, let's break it this way. So at least we can see what we're working with. You can't pile the bag like that, it's gonna fall off. Well, listen, lady, I didn't come over here offering to help you move your stuff. Okay. We got there. It was a little close, but I don't get along with people so well today. For now, I'm happy to be selling chocolate in Bukumboro. People listen to what I need. It's good to be a newcomer. You help Miriam bring the bag of cacao beans inside, and her back is likely better for it. Also, we finally got another good. We're not doing so hot on the actually getting stuff for the shop front today. Do we want to replace this with a chatter? Chatter into diamond, or chatter into triangle on the right gives us 3 of our 10 cards that we could play into it. It's not great. I think I'm probably just going to not change anything here. We'll do this. Alright, Bukumboro went a lot better for us than a lot of our other stuff has. Aurora seemed to recognize me in Aldhurst. Well, I mean, I think we know why. Not really that mysterious. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and do this. So, we don't have any particular time we have to be home, right? Yeah, so we can just push eastward here. Finally go to Ramina, see what's up there. Of course, we're going to have about 15 fatigue cards by the time we arrive, because there's another one day's travel out of here. The central plaza bustles with families out enjoying the weather, weavers and rug makers in their open-air workshops, and old folks playing Cravar in the shade. Bartow only gets a couple of days a year this mild. We are going to have a chat with Thunder first, because he might help me out a little bit. Thunder remains glued to your side as you stroll the plaza, wary of the crowds of strangers. Whoa, he is not looking so happy right now. You know what would be really cool is if we could pick up a card from Thunder. I would love to have one of these. Pretty straightforward, talking to a dog. Okay, so we seem to have eased his mind a little bit here. Seeing you at ease, Thunder boldly makes friends with one of the buskers while you finish your shopping. Spending time with Thunder makes you feel less fatigued. Hooray, we lost a fatigue. We still have a few, but he has been a lifesaver so far. Alright, let's check in with Aurora. She's just busking around Town Square. A small crowd gathers outside Magnetic Music as Aurora performs, playing one of her handmade mahogany acoustic guitars. The craftsmanship is gorgeous. She carries herself with an easy grace that suggests she's done this many times before. If you don't have any money to throw in, don't sweat it. Just hang out and enjoy the music. She seems in a better mood than she was last time we saw her. Circles for you. Circle into diamond, maybe? Nope. Well, we can play this and at least give her something to work with. I hope she pushes an accord off this. Yes, excellent. And then we're gonna discard our hand. Do people busk where you're from? I wouldn't do this anywhere other than Aldhurst myself. It's safe here. Now, there's a route to Anka from here, but no one ever takes it. Bandits set up and wait across the whole stretch of road. Oh, that's interesting. That might be really useful for us in the future. This next song is an old folk tune, a murder ballad. This woman gets revenge on a lover who treated her bad. Funny how secrets always tend to follow love wherever it goes. What's that say about people, I wonder? I don't know, that seemed like kind of a pointed comment there. I think I want to discard my hand. So, we can play one of these two, and then it'll burn the accord, then she'll mismatch with it. So we'll take a black mark, but then hopefully we'll have a better hand to work with. Or I could just play this, reveal her hand, this won't break the accord, then she'll mismatch, which will break the accord. Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. We did not get lucky. Well, this'll break it, but at least it'll have a circle on its right side afterward. But I mean, we're gonna have to play one of these eventually. I may as well just do it now and get it over with. This means 2 black marks, but that was gonna happen eventually no matter what. Oh, not a fan of that song. Yeah, sorry. Okay, that's good though. We can play our accommodate off of that. I'm not gonna sing. The moon shone, the night mama drowned. I'm not gonna sing because I respect you all too much to do that to you. Okay, good time for an accord. So I sure hope that this card on the right there has a circle on the left side of it. It didn't. Shoot. She just has the same... She had 5 of the same card in her hand. It's tough to deal with. In the night, she took off by herself. In the night. Yeah, why don't you go bother Salem instead? Yep, there's the old Aurora that I remember. Aurora's voice is pleasant enough, but you're not in the mood for her ominous murder ballads right now. We were nice to her long enough to get her to tell us about a road, though. It's not a full loss. Well... Do I think Diamond into Circle is a good idea? I mean, we could pick up a lot of... By the end of this trip, we can have picked up a fair amount of versatility in Diamond. I kind of want to do that. I'm going to replace this. We're just going to have to rely on these cards for Circle people. Ah, man, Elias is going to be tough. Talking to everybody's going to be tough. Maybe I need to stop trying to diversify. I'm going to take this. So, we were introduced to the idea of a person called Salem, but too many customers in line ahead of us today. Nothing else to do in Aldhurst. Again, having a rough go of it, and then we're only 1 day off of getting another fatigue. Boy, it builds up quickly at the end. Well, let's check out Ramina. We've never been here before. We should absolutely at least see it. Ramina lies among the hills, overlooking terraced vineyards and the coast far below. Packs of children run across the crumbling limestone walls around the outer limits, pretending their sticks are ancient swords. And here's an android, just a friendly android to talk to. An android walks down a dirt road near Ramina, an old model in good condition, besides the fresh mud from toe to knee. Several seconds pass before it senses your presence and initiates conversation. Small wonder no one smashed it for components. Hello. I don't recognize your facial structure. My memory failed to load your name. Are you here to take me home? I don't know my location. I've walked for 67 hours, 10 minutes, and 11 seconds. 12 seconds. 13. Well, that's a real sad story there, dude, but, I don't know what I can do for you, really. Here, let's hope he has a double triangle. Oh, you're killing me, really? It is so hard to talk to people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Let's hit this. Ooh, a backtrack. The backtrack is good for when you're in a situation where you might otherwise have mismatched. Yeah, we can make that happen. I wouldn't mind a backtrack, frankly. I was near Old Marais in the past. An air conditioner named Gull turned me around. Now I walk. This road is Error Miles. It contains mud and blue-browed finches. The blue-browed finch feeds on fruit. Cool. He told me all about the road from Ramina to Old Marais and also bird facts. I love a good bird fact. We might be able to make it out of this. This might work. Please categorize yourself. The following categories are valid. Flower, door, opossum, locket, fire hydrant, other. Hey, that's a curious word for you to be so upset about. Oh, this only duplicates the symbols of the previous card, but this is the only way we can leave something that he can actually play off of. And 2 black marks ends the conversation, so like if we went for this to reshuffle our hand, we would just lose. Oof, I don't like the fact that we gotta try to make it to 5 cards here. I failed to understand. I think we're probably done. Oh my god. What a bad draw. Yeah, I've diversified my deck too much. I'm not good enough at talking to anyone in particular. I tried to be something to everybody, and now I'm nothing to no one. It doesn't quite work, but you know what I'm getting at. A practiced conversationalist couldn't extract information out of this antique. The conversation loops as it fails to understand basic comments and commands. Yeah, it's definitely the robot's fault. Let's take this one? Or do I want to lean into Diamond a little bit more? We could just try to reshape things a little bit. Try to be less good at some things so that we can get like really positive at something. Honestly, maybe we replace this. Diamond Square is tough. Or maybe we replace this thing. I love the redraw, but we already have 2 cards that are double diamond. Yeah, maybe I just do the exact opposite of the thing I said, where we try to get more specific instead of more general. Alright, well, he told me about the road to Old Moray. You know what? When's it going to force me to turn around, I wonder? What happens if we just get to 50 days? I guess let's go find out. There's no sense in going home now, right? Our next conversation with Elias is going to be a nightmare no matter how we do it, so may as well keep looking. We'll just reset and try to have a more productive trip next time out. As you pull into Old Moray, a stranger steps in front of your vehicle. She digs around in her pockets and pulls out some kind of identification. That's weird. Hold it. You can't just drive into Old Moray with a loaded truck. Let me take a look at all this. Don't move. Gull. She doesn't look like an air conditioner to me. Oh. We don't know what her deal is. My guess is she's... I mean, we can do this and leave a square up, but I'm guessing she might be triangle square. Maybe we should give her this to build off of to try to make an accord. I don't like your tone. Oh, she really doesn't like my tone. The Rilkers hired me to clean up Old Moray, and that's exactly what I'm doing. There'll be no smuggling here under my watch. Well, it looks like you're right. What a bad interaction. That was actually the minimum number of cards played. Nope, that's it. Turn your truck around. You won't be entering Old Moray, not on my watch. Okay, well now we know what happened to the android. You know what I want to be good at is square. That's what we're going to push. So what am I going to lose for this? I think maybe we keep the this one and we just get a second double square. We make ourselves better at square. So maybe we drop... I'm going to drop this guy. That square diamond connector is just too tough. Your truck skids down the swampy coastline, tire treads choked with mud. The towers of Old Moray rise offshore, high above the city itself. No wonder Nadine doesn't take caravan newcomers here, and Gull is too busy taking in perps to talk to us anymore. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping we could at least learn the position of a new road from there. I guess we're just done, man. Okay, interesting. So when you hit 50 days, you just, like, it just ends. I need to be home before this old truck hit its limit. Oh, boy. Well, let's see what happens. Are you sure you wanted to return home? I would love to return home. If we could make it back home, that would be lovely. Uh-oh. Time to return home. Okay, so does it just warp you home at 50? Okay, cool. That works out just fine for us. Alright, so I think we made the best out of a bad thing there, with the whole trip kind of going to hell. Like, that was a good time to explore, learn as many new roads as possible, have a whole bunch of bad social interactions in a row. But now, when we go into this next trip, we're going to have so much more information to work with, and we can come at it fresh and hopefully get a little bit more done. On the way back into town, you hit a giant pothole that you swear wasn't there before. Well, Was it? Weeks have a funny way of making the familiar feel just a little less so. And Elias appears to be slinging Java now. You search for Elias at all his usual haunts, but when you finally do track him down, you're surprised to find him working behind the counter of his aunt's coffee shop, grinding espresso beans and practicing his foam art. Does this look like a flower? No? Well, it's still delicious, but it's a failure unless the milk makes a flower shape. That sounds, like a real pain in the ass. Dude, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I'm also sorry you have to deal with everything about the conversation we're about to have, because it looks like it's going to be real rough for you. Alright. We know that Elias has a lot of accommodates, so I'm going to play this in the hopes of him accommodating us into an accord. Don't tell me the coffee tastes bad. Nope, he didn't have one. Oh, yeah, this is going to be rough. Sorry, I didn't mean to spill coffee everywhere. I can be such a klutz. That's okay, we played the... Oh, darn it. I was about to say we played the blank double diamond instead of the one with the symbol on it so that I could use the symbol to backtrack to the other one, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that if he played a mismatch in the middle, it would replace the initial double diamond. Well then, I'm going to do this, and we're going to have a real bad interaction here. Hey, what is with you today? Maybe you should be getting some rest instead of drinking coffee. Yeah, that's a fair point. Elias looks down into the coffee cup to scrutinize his handiwork. The flower he made is all lopsided and blobby. He tosses the cup and starts again from scratch. Bad day for us. I don't want this card. I so much don't want this card. Elias, you're holding me back. Well, shit. I certainly don't want to lose one of these for it. So what else do we replace then? We can just backtrack on the diamond thing a little bit? Yeah, that's fine. Oof, this has been a rough episode. I really appreciate, though, a game where you can fail at stuff. And I mean, I say fail at stuff. We did bring home 5 items for the shop. That's not nothing. That's not so bad. But I appreciate a game where, like, you can fail at stuff and the world keeps turning, you know? It's really... We have it in our heads in the video game industry, in the video game medium, that failure means you need to go back and do it again till you don't fail. But that's not really how things work for most of us, right? It's good to be able to, you might be able to tell from the banner on the YouTube, the channel page and everything. I have some big feelings about failure, a lot of things to say on this subject. We gotta learn to be comfortable with things not going so well and just, like, learning from it and being ready to try again tomorrow, you know? There are a lot of things about this game I like. Alright, burn these fatigue cards. We're just gonna come at it with fresh eyes. And maybe Thunder will pitch in a little bit more, because I could really use the help. Elias attempts to listen to your latest stories from beyond the Bartow limits, but the steady flow of incoming coffee orders keeps pulling him away. Yeah, this is probably not the best time for me to... Oh. Uh-oh. Well, that seems bad. Is that the earthquake? The earthquake wants words with me? Elias comes running up to the store, clearly shaken. He lets out a huge sigh of relief upon seeing you. Oh, you're safe! I came running right over. Okay, this conversation has fewer white marks than black marks in it. He's eager to find an accord here. I appreciate that. Alright, it's a good time for him to push the accord, so we'll be able to carry that into the next line. We might be okay. Well, the town's still standing, but it looks like hell out there. Hopefully no one got hurt too bad. The store fared better than some places around Bartow, even if you didn't have too much of value stocked in there anyway. Hey, I'm trying really hard, man. Doing my absolute level best. The coffee shop's roof partially collapsed. It's terrible. I said I'd help repair it, but there's no way we have enough building materials to go around, not after seeing outside. Okay. I'm going to play this. Because we only have one card in our hand that's any good for this conversation right now, I'm going to do this to pass a circle over to the right. And then Hopefully... Okay, yeah, making the accord here totally works. And if we hadn't done it that way, we would have been in a lot of trouble, right? Because we drew bad cards after that. And not only that, but the caravan never showed up. Do you think they ran into trouble out there? And whatever their deal is with the Rilkers, I don't wish ill on the caravan. And we can't afford to just wait, though. You're gonna have to go without them. Even though the damage is minimal, it hurts to see Mom's once thriving store in this condition. Elias sighs softly to himself, then heads back to repair the coffee shop. So, scrap for repairs around Bartow, and then... I think I'm going to replace the double circle card with the accommodate here. New cracks appear on the pavement in droves, conspiring with downed lines and bits of glass from broken windows to make home feel less homey than ever before. Once you leave, you'll be on your own this time. Well, I usually am. It's fine. Let's comfort Thunder first. I bet dogs that are not used to earthquakes do not do well with earthquakes. Thunder's not used to the ground shaking under his paws. He gives a nervous whine and a tentative tail wag as you approach. Aw, buddy. Nah, it's okay. Everything's fine. Also, there's literally no way to fail this interaction. We don't even have any fatigue cards. I love this dog forcefully, directly. See, it works. He loves it. You scratch behind his ear until his shaking stops, and he nuzzles close for comfort. I was really hoping we'd get to take one of his cards there. You know, all we need to do is learn from a dog how to love each other. The roadhouse looks busy. Samuel must be inside. A handful of patrons stand outside Samuel's roadhouse while Samuel himself surveys the damage. The structure appears sound, but he's wringing his hands as you approach. I can't recall the last time we had a quake like that. You alright, kiddo? You know, honestly, Samuel, I've been better. It's not really the quake's fault. I'm just having kind of a rough one for a lot of reasons. Oh boy. Yeah, let's push the accord. And then we'll just discard this hand. We're lucky. A lot of others in town, not so much. I've got a plan now. I just need your help. I mean, we might be able to work with this. We're still going to draw another card here. You know, folks are going to need feeding. Whether they're from Bartow or from out in the country a ways. Oh. Distressed and grieving. Well, that's not great. We don't really have a good way of interacting with that. I think we should discard this hand. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. Now I'm thinking, time to turn this roadhouse into Bartow's one and only community food cooperative. Keeping folks fed, no matter how the quakes impacted them. Samuel's a good guy. I expect it's going to be a busy time, and probably short-staffed on top of it all. Not that I blame my staff. Between injuries and damaged homes, this is the last place they ought to be working. Alright. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, please, Samuel, please take over the conversation. I'm terrible at this now. My point being, lots of good folks are going to be going hungry. I'll do my part, but I got limited supplies. If you'd help me get stocked up on non-perishables, I'd appreciate it real deep. You leave Samuel to take stock. All around town, others are checking in on each other as well. Hopefully, supplies will last. Okay, so we got to get food and repair materials for town. I don't think it's a good idea for us to take on the Distressed and Grieving card. Do I want to replace one of my... We could replace one of the accommodates with this Chatter. I don't want to replace any of the other cards, I think. I certainly don't want to lose the double circles. We could dump this. I'm trying real hard to be good at Diamond, but the fact that all of the Diamond cards I have require the other player to have played... Right, the fact that we have 4 cards that are essentially the same for talking in Diamond conversations is probably not that helpful. I'm going to do this. Alright. Well, it looks like we have some slightly more important things to do than usual. I mean, keeping Bartow on the caravan route was important too, although it looks like maybe we screwed that up. So the caravan never arrived in Barto. Where could they be? We're going to find non-perishable food and scrap, which I don't even really have any idea how to approach. And also, we should try to find people who might need help, and I don't know, man. Things are looking... This is a little bit of a downer ending. It's been a tiny little bit of a downer episode. But at least we got to spend some time with Thunder, I guess. And we got to meet a couple of androids. That was fun. That is probably all we have time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to try to put the pieces back together here. It's a valuable skill to have, and it's one you never learn if things will never go to pieces on you. And we'll see you then.